Hello, my name is Jonathan, and I'm entering Glen Kellaway's Push to 100 3 Prog Albums contest. I'm going to showcase 3 of my favorite Prog albums, and I also have some honorable mentions in the style of the great Pete Pardo. So, some of these albums that I have set aside, I'm going to admit, aren't necessarily Prog. Like one, for example, that I'm going to start out with. It's from a band known for prog, but this album is sort of not prog. I'll get to it. But I feel like each album I selected still has that progressive feel and still embodies the spirit of what is progressive rock. So I count it. I'm going to cut the honorable mentions in with the list just because the honorable mentions are albums by the same band that I'm already picking. So I want to talk to them all in one fell swoop. Anyways, first album, extremely underrated. One of the most underrated albums I've ever seen. It has a whopping 2 stars on AllMusic, the critics rating, which I think is ridiculous because this is one of the best albums. One of my top 3 albums of this band, actually. This is Civilian by Gentle Giant. The thing with Civilian, it came out at the tail end of their career in 1980. They called it quits right after. I wish they kept on going because this album kicks ass. You got really good tracks like All Through the Night, Shadows on the Streets, this really spooky piano piece that Carrie Minier sings. Underground, one of my all-time favorite Gentle Giant tracks. You need to track this album down. It's getting a reissue later this year, which is great because more people need to hear it for sure. Civilian by Gentle Giant. Alright, next, I am going to show you my other Gentle Giant album, not because it's anything special to me. I like a lot of their other albums more, but I ordered this CD in the mail. This is Interview, by the way, by Gentle Giant, and lo and behold, it is signed by the lead singer, Derek Schulman. So while this album itself isn't 100% special to me, I like my copy has a signature. $7 on eBay, somebody was selling the signature. And I didn't even know it was going to be in there, so great surprise to open this up to. Alright, next, for my next album, I'm going to show you one from one of my favorite bands. This has to be one of my top 5 favorite albums of all time. It is A Trick of the Tail by Genesis. I actually have this on CD and vinyl. I may be a sinner, but I prefer the 2007 mix, but it sounds fantastic on vinyl. What can I say? Dance on a Volcano, one of the best Genesis songs ever. The drumming on that is phenomenal. Phil Collins. People complain about Phil Collins. I love all eras of Genesis. I don't know why people say, oh, they sucked after Peter Gabriel left. That's stupid. Entangled, another ballad that's really creepy and filled with Mellotron choir and stuff. Very good. Madman Moon, another Mellotron piece with the crazy middle section. Robbery, Assault, and Battery, a jaunty little fun piece. And of course, it ends with Los Endos, which is a medley of a few of the songs on the album. Also worth checking out by Genesis. I didn't include this in my top because it's not an album, it's an EP. This is Spot the Pigeon. It's a 3-track EP only. Match of the Day, Pigeons, and Inside and Out. Fantastic album. Also, Glenn. It's from your country. It's Canadian. This is the Canadian pressing. Yeah, Inside and Out is one of the all-time great Genesis songs. It should have replaced Your Own Special Way on Wind and Wuthering, but we won't get into that. You gotta listen to this EP. If not only for Inside and Out. Pigeons and Match of the Day, they're silly songs. They're really good still. But Inside and Out, fantastic. Alright, finally, I'm going to discuss one of my favorite bands. This band is called Strubs, and they're a progressive folk band. They're not 100% prog, but I think they earn their pedigree because Rick Wakeman was once a member of them. I'm going to show you a couple of their albums, but my official pick is Grave New World, with lyrics on the somewhat title track New World that are still relevant today. If you like Mellotron, you got to check this album out. There's heavy Mellotron brass chords on New World. Benedictus, another great song with the Mellotron. And then there's Tomorrow, which was actually written as a diss track, one of the first diss tracks to Rick Wakeman. I'm really showing my age here, calling it a diss track, because it wasn't known like that back in the 70s. But Rick Wakeman left the band, and the lead singer, Dave Cousins, was quite bitter about it. So he wrote Tomorrow as like an FU to Rick Wakeman, which I think is really cool. So the fact that it's talking crap about Rick Wakeman, that earns the Prog pedigree right there. Another album I love by them is Deadlines. I cannot include this. It's not really Prog. It's very good, though. Check it out. As is guitarist Dave Lambert's solo album, Framed, which, as of now, I think is only on vinyl, unless you're in Japan. Track this down. I got this copy at my local record store. Shout out to Replay Records for $1. So that's it for the 3 Prog albums I chose. No, they're not my favorites, but they all have a special place in my heart. What? Hold on, there's one album left. What is... Oh, no! Alright, thank you so much for listening, Glenn. Congrats on 100 subscribers. This is Jonathan Myers from America. I hope you enjoyed.